Hello, hello, and welcome back to Horizon Zero Dawn and the Frozen Wilds DLC as we continue on with the side quests. So, as usual, we will be starting at our base camp here at Song's Edge, and our next quest is over at, I believe it's called Long Notch. I think there are a couple of quests over here. So let's jump straight over to Long Notch, and yes, there are two quests in this little village. So we're going to approach this gentleman here and see what he requires of us.
I've heard of you, Huntress. Each of the many verses of your song tells of an impossible victory. The notes echo across the cut.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
That I know. My song used to echo around Banur. Umnak, the hunter of legendary machines. That's why I'm here. For another. They call it the Claws Beneath. Or they did when I was younger. Its defeat would have given my song a fine end. I used to travel between Banur and the Cut without stopping to sleep. But this trip, my bones ache, Huntress. But you, out hunting Aratak, leading your own Werak. If half your song is true, you are the only hunter I trust to go in my place.
You want me to hunt for you?
Not just for me, no. For an old friend.
You want me to hunt in your place? Is that some kind of Banuk custom?
Well, perhaps it should be, but no. We survive and we prevail, until we fail to do either. I confess, this is not easy for me. For any other machine, I would die as I have lived. A Banuk hunter, weapon raised. But too many good lives have been lost to the Claws. Throwing my old corpse atop the pile accomplishes nothing. Better to live in a world without the Claws than to die while it still makes children orphans.
Sounds like you've got a reputation.
To be Banuk is to push your body to its limits. I found my limits higher than most. Fearsome machines needed killing, and in my youth, I found I had a talent for killing them. Even now, my name carries such weight that when the Claws Beneath re-emerged, the Werak came to me.
Do you still have the same faith in yourself that your Werak seems to have?
Perhaps I did. Before I held my bow in shaking hands. Noticed, for the first time, the spots on my knuckles. What a strange thing it is to be old. To stare backward and see such distance. But to stare forward at a looming wall.
This machine, the Claws Beneath. Why travel all the way to the Cut just to hunt it?
Some songs. They include a refrain. The return of a past moment. It seemed fitting.
You've hunted this thing before.
Must have been 20 winters past. We were so close to bringing the Claws to bay. Closer than anyone else ever got.
We?
Me and my friend. He was a chieftain of my Werak then, a skilled hunter. Every few years, the Claws would emerge in a new location. I knew of 2 chieftains he'd sent to their burial pyres. My friend became the third. This hunt, I had hoped to complete it in his honor.
This is obviously important to you, Umnak. Are you sure you want someone else to take down this machine?
No, I am no longer a match for the Claws Beneath, if I ever was. If I face it, it will kill me. Of this I have no doubt. The Banuk blood in my veins screams at me to take on the Claws myself. But I must see it brought down. And dead men see precious little.
All right, Umnak. I'll do what I can.
I've no doubt you can do quite a lot. The stories say the claws beneath returns here only once every 6 winters. The whispers I've heard say it now makes its home on the northeast edge of the cut. Hunt well.
I've never traveled further south than the Grave.
So it sounds to me like we have a rock breaker to deal with, and it's quite a long way off, so it is further north. Hopefully we have a campsite nearby, which we do not. So our nearest campsite is this one, so we're gonna skip to there, and we are going to have to run the rest of the way. Hopefully we don't run into any nasty beasties or anything worse than that, like a mountain. That is one drawback to this game, I'm afraid, is getting around mountains. You can't just climb over them willy-nilly. You have to find the right handholds, and in the Frozen Wilds DLC they are somewhat, for me at least,
There you are.
harder to spot.
Like Unlock said.
But once we've managed to find our way through or round the mountain, we found our rock breaker. I also see a control tower, so there's no point attacking the rock breaker until the control tower is ours. So that will be our primary objective. We're just going to ignore the big bad beastie trying to kill us and make our way up onto the platform here. And once we have the control tower under our control, we can then deal with said rock breaker.
Underground.
Well, that rock breaker was not as tough as I was expecting. It kind of sat still for a little while there. I was able to land quite a few shots. I don't know how much damage they actually did, but it did make the battle somewhat easier. So with the rock breaker dealt with, we can now return to our old friend, shall we say, who has given us this quest. I'm just looking. I thought I saw a pile of ancient debris around here on my way in, but I can't seem to find it now. Never mind. So back to Long Notch, I believe it was called, and we're gonna go and see the old hunter and tell him of his victory. So here we are, and once again it is snowing. It is always snowing in these parts. Do you people never think of moving south?
In the old days, the mad sun king made doing so.
It's over. It wasn't easy, but that rock breaker won't be hurting anyone anymore.
The claws beneath brought low by an outlander. This part of your song will travel far.
I don't know if I'll ever get used to that.
I've found people rarely live up to their songs. You're an exception, though. And you've done me a true kindness. My foe is buried now, like so many of the hunters it killed. My friend, my chieftain. You would be pleased to know his fate won't befall anyone else. Take this in thanks. I believe you've more than earned it.
Machines in the south suffer their own.
So we've made an old man very happy. So that is one more quest taken care of. We will leave the story here for now, and we will pick up the final quest in the next episode. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.